Welcome to Alive with Amanda. I have a first for us today, and that is going to be my first book review. I'm really excited about this book review because it's designed specifically for people who are looking to build a private practice. So I'm going to be reviewing a book that I recently read and took a lot of notes while I was reading and came up with a lot of ideas for my own group practice. So I'm excited to share that book with you. And that is Fix This Next for Healthcare Providers by my friend Casey Compton. You know, I met Casey about a little more than 3 years ago at a conference. She was one of the facilitators at Slow Down School with Joe Sanok. And she sat down with me and helped me make 2 dashboards. She helped me make a payroll dashboard and she helped me make a key performance indicators dashboard. And I still use those today. And I often think of her when I'm using them because they both really help transform my practice, and her advice really helped transform my practice. And the other thing that I don't think I've ever said to her, said out loud, so I'll have to send this video to her, is she really made it okay for those of us who took insurance. A lot of the private practice consultants out there at that time didn't take insurance, and they were really pro private pay, which I'm not pro or against private pay. I think private pay is really great for a lot of people, but nobody really talked about having a successful practice that was insurance-based. And she really has had a successful insurance-based practice and has led the way for those of us who also have insurance-based practices to really be proud of it, to talk about it, and for that to be a premier business model as well. So just wanted to give a little plug for that. But this book is excellent. So if you are looking to transform your private practice, whether it's a solo practice or a group practice, I would recommend this book. You can get it on Amazon. I'll put a link in below so anybody that wants to purchase this book can go ahead and get that. The thing that makes this book really great and stand out is that it speaks our language. It talks about a treatment plan for your business. And that really makes a lot of sense to us. We know how to diagnose problems in our clients and provide a treatment plan or to provide treatment. Now, some of you may not diagnose in the same traditional way, but you know how to implement treatment strategies for your clients, and you are going to use this book in the same exact way that you would use a treatment plan. You're going to use this to diagnose the problems in your practice and then create solutions. And what really stands out for me and what I really liked is that it gave stories of people and how they diagnosed their problems in their practice and then they treated it. But it also gives you ideas on some ways that you can look at the problems in your practice and then solutions. So it gives specific examples. So one of the examples that I'm thinking of, because it's a really simple example, is you want to have 3 to 6 months of an emergency fund, right? And then there were examples on how you can implement that. You can reduce expenses, you can increase your rates, you can set aside money every month. There were practical ways to fixing the next problem in your practice. And I'm a really practical person, so that language really speaks to me. And so if you're a practical person as well, or you're looking for practical solutions, I do highly recommend this book. I'm going to talk about some of the things that I took away from this book, but first I want to thank our sponsor, TherapyNotes. If you're looking for an electronic health record that is really practical and helping you manage your practice, I want you to take a look at TherapyNotes. They have a new telehealth option that is really great. It's free. You can run your virtual practice all through TherapyNotes. You can also utilize it for running a solo practice or a group practice, and they are really great at customer service. So if you're looking for an electronic health record that's really full service, I want you to check out TherapyNotes. So going back to this book, it outlines a variety of different, it uses the Maslow's hierarchy of needs in order to take a look at the problems within your practice. I should have highlighted this, but I did not, but that's okay because I really want you to read this book. So here we go. Right in the beginning, it talks about sales, profit, and then order. And I love this because so often when I'm doing consulting with people, we don't really know where to start. And this just kind of gave Maslow's hierarchy of needs to the business, that really the heart of the business in the beginning is sales. You want to make sure you have sales. Once you start having sales, then you can move on to making sure that your business is profitable. And then once your business is profitable, you can really go on to implementing really strong systems. It doesn't have to exactly be in that order, because you're going to need systems to begin with in order to have sales. But the way the book outlined how to do that was really clear for me. It made sense. Like, a lot of people start off with sales. When they have enough sales, then they can be profitable. The owner starts to take more money, or they start to reinvest that into expanding their business. And once they expand their business, they really need strong systems in place, which Casey is extremely good at. So you're going to get a lot of information about systems in this book. It really highlighted what I did within my practice, which was I had a lot of sales. I had a lot of referrals. I needed to expand that. I was profitable. I used those profits to expand into different offices. And then now we're really working on order within my group practice, making sure my clinical director, my director of operations, my administrative staff really are able to operate, one, without me, which they showed they could do during my maternity leave, but also making sure that we have redundancy. Making sure that there are other people who can do their jobs if they're out. And so this just really highlighted that for my practice. So I think that if you were to read this book, you would see some of the problems that you have within your practice and ways to fix them. And even though they're problems, doesn't mean that that's necessarily bad. It's just the next thing that you need to fix within your practice. So I want you to check out this book by my friend Casey Compton. So I am here most days answering your question. I will do more book reviews. If you have a book you want me to review, I'm happy to read it and share my thoughts. I'll see you soon, everybody. Bye-bye.